parts of country, they create ruckus and commit violence. This is what is the exact content of the petition which is filed in the top court. Apart from it, it is also submitted in the petition that it is constitutionally permissible for Hindus to take out religious profession, maintaining law and order situation through public court. However, questions are also being raised over different chief ministers, including the chief minister of West Bengal, regarding the violence which happened in different parts of the country. So this is the petition filed in the top court, on which probably the hearing can take place on Wednesday when the court resumes its work.
Right. Thank you very much, Sambhav. We'll be tracking this story very closely, but now let's focus on that ground report coming in from the state of Bihar. From Bengal to Bihar, clashes have been reported on Ram Navami, and even after that, these were communal clashes which saw disaster in both the state. And the similarity here is that policemen were mute spectators. In fact, in Nalanda, situation still remains tense. Republic has got to ground reality of these communal clashes. Let's just do a quick recap of what we know so far. Remember, in both the states, what has essentially happened is that both the political parties have been trading charges against each other. In the state of West Bengal, remember, the Trinamool Congress has directly made an allegation against the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that these were goons that were hired by them and they were deliberately trying to provoke one particular community. This has been countered by the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state of West Bengal, saying that a particular community is being protected by the Trinamool Congress government. Let's see what's really happening in the state of Bihar, where clashes have broken out in Nalanda as well as Sasaram. In fact, the Bharatiya Janata Party has made a direct allegation against the government, saying that these clashes were actually taking place to prevent Union Home Minister Amit Shah's visit to the state of Bihar, where he has taken a pot shot at the JDU and has made it very clear that there is no question of any further alliance with the JDU, and also made that stern warning that all rioters would perhaps be hung upside down. Take a look at this report filed by our colleague, our senior editor Prakash from Nalanda, and then we go across to the state of West Bengal, getting you ground reports of what's really happening in Howrah, Hooghly, as well as particularly in Krishna area.
Arson, violence, stone pelting. These were the scenes in Nalanda on Thursday and Saturday night. Anger simmered on streets of Nalanda, where violence was witnessed on Ram Navami. The clashes followed even after Ram Navami.
बोला भैया मुझे बचा लो, मुझे उस समय क्या महसूस हुआ
कि तो गोली चला था सब मस्जिद से।
भैया बचाओ, भैया हमें बचा लो।
होश आया था,
बस गोली लगा, वही लास्ट बात बोला। उस समय हमको लगता कि मेरा भाई खत्म हो गया, लेकिन गांव वाले को बोला चलो हॉस्पिटल लेके। और उसके बाद फिर वो लोग इतना संख्या में थे, मैं किसी का चेहरा भी देख नहीं पाया।
The locals have slammed the Nitish government.
हम भी दो आदमी थे सर, हम भी कुछ नहीं करते। ये तो सब नीतीश का है। 5 लाख मेरा बेटा कीमत लगाए हैं, सबको बेटा के लगाए हैं 5 लाख रुपया। वो अपना मानी धंधा कर रहे हैं कि जैसा हमारा अपना राज चलाते हैं। एक आदमी का 5 लाख कीमत लगाए हैं।
बेटा की कीमत 5 लाख रुपए लगा।
5 लाख रुपये लगाए हैं मेरा बेटा कीमत। 5 लाख मिला मेरे बेटे।
और
क्या मांग रहा है? एक मेरा बच्चा है, उसी को कोई काम दे दें, है उनमें इतना है क्षमता है तो।
So far, more than 130 people have been arrested.
लगातार इसमें जो लोग शामिल थे, जब भी जहाँ भी उपद्रव की घटना हुई है, उसको भी विभिन्न तरह के जो भी एविडेंस हैं, सीसीटीवी फुटेज हो या लोगों के बयान हो या वहाँ के प्रतिनियुक्त जो लोग वहाँ पर पदाधिकारी कर्मी थे, उनके माध्यम से सूचना लेकर के सभी चीज़ों की जांच की जा रही है और जो भी इसमें दोषी हैं उन पर कार्रवाई की जा रही है। कल भी विशेष ड्राइव चला करके 50 से ज़्यादा लोगों की गिरफ्तारी की गई है।
Security has been beefed up and flag marches were conducted. Nalanda's Bihar Sharif, one person was killed and several others injured. Who is responsible for the violence? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, in fact, we'll also try and go across to my colleague, our senior editor, Prakash, who will be joining us on this broadcast, getting us the latest details as to what's really happening in Nalanda and the fact that this has finally reached the Vidhan Sabha, where there was been a bitter battle between the JDU and the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, we've also had a reaction coming in from the RJD. We'll try and go across if Prakash is ready. We'll try and see if Prakash can join us on this broadcast. We'll try and go across to him to get you the latest details. Prakash, if you can hear me, you've got us that ground report. Just a quick recap for all our viewers who are tuning in right now to get us a better understanding of who is really behind it. The question here is that after a few days, is the larger picture emerging? Was there a particular group responsible for carrying out these attacks? Because yesterday, when the DGP spoke to the media, he essentially hinted that there was a section who were deliberately working to somehow spoil the law and order situation in Bihar. Are you getting the larger picture following your visit to Nalanda after speaking to the eyewitnesses and those on the ground?
Well, the blame game is going on as to who is responsible. It is being investigated upon by the police officials, senior police officials and administrative officials are camping in both Nalanda and Sasaram. But what I spoke to the eyewitness that this young boy called Vikas, who was there with his younger brother Gulshan Kumar, who was shot dead by unidentified assailants, and that too behind the mosque. They were fired at from point blank range whenever they were coming back after getting groceries for their home, and it was a curfew-like situation. That's what he was narrating. And after that, he explained everything that his brother told him, that Bhaiya mujhe bacha lo. So it was a horrific incident for a young man of 26 years old holding his younger brother lying in pool of blood, and then he explained that how police misbehaved with him. So it all explains. Every section has their own point of view, how they were targeted. It is not our duty, but the duty of the police officials and the administrative officials to investigate. But yes, the atmosphere there is not conducive. There is tension is still prevailing in the surrounding area of Bihar Sharif, and specifically given the fact that it is the home district of Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, it becomes even more sensitive. And Bihar Sharif has been known for such violences in the past, and the adjoining areas of Nawada as well as Hazaribagh in Jharkhand. So coming back to the point, since late last evening, there's been no incident of untoward incidences. Rapid action forces have been deployed in large number, as well as other battalion of forces have been deployed in large number. CCTV is being ascertained. Section 144 is still exists there, and internet services have been shut down. So the police and the administrative officials are maintaining precaution. The DGP R.S. Bhatti also visited Nalanda yesterday and held a meeting with the high-level officials. More than 132 people have been arrested and
Prakash, just a quick response that I want to also get in from you. Sorry to interrupt you, because we're running short of time and would like to also focus on what's really happening in West Bengal. But before we shift our focus to West Bengal, you've been on the ground. Do you see any lapses on the part of the police? Because at the end of the day, the law and order solely lies with the Bihar police. They may pass the buck, but the fact of the matter is that, did they go wrong?
Well, of course, yes. They went wrong because Bihar Sharif has been a communally sensitive area, as so is Sasaram. So, in a way, police has to be blamed because when you realize the fact that the Ram Navami procession is to pass through certain sensitive areas where the mosques lies, then you have to be extra careful and precaution and should have taken precaution and restraint. But I am told by the locals there were minimum presence of police officials there, and which led to the violent clash and also instigation from both the sides that led to the clash. That's what we got to know from the ground, and that in fact worsened the situation even more further to the extent that people were killed and several were injured, and now it's a curfew-like situation in Bihar Sharif.
Well, thank you very much, Prakash, for getting us the latest details. We'll also now focus on what's really happening in the state of West Bengal, because that's where the situation seems to be only worsening with every passing time. Let's quickly take a look at what's really happening in the state of West Bengal, because similar sort of situation happened in the district of Howrah, in Shibpur in particular, and then we are seeing that violence breaking out in Rishna. There's been massive war of words between both sides. We'll try and get the Trinamool Congress as well as the BJP on this broadcast. But let's take a look at what's really happening in West Bengal's Hooghly district, which witnessed similar scenes after two groups came to blows during Ram Navami procession yesterday evening. As the violence escalated, several vehicles were set ablaze and miscreants ran amok, indulging in vandalism as well as arson. The police have arrested about 12 people in connection with the incident. BJP has hit back at the TMC, blaming them for the arson and being mute spectators. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, however, refuted all allegations. Take a look at this report and we'll then try and go across to the leaders from Trinamool Congress and BJP.
Internet snapped and Section 144 imposed. Bengal remained tense on day 3 after Ram Navami clashes. Fresh clashes were reported in Hooghly on Sunday as the violence continued in West Bengal. The BJP workers held a protest against the Mamata-led TMC government. BJP President Sukanta Majumdar was stopped from reaching the clash site.
हम 3 आदमी जाने चाह रहे थे उधर, 2 सांसद और 1 जिला प्रेसिडेंट, और यहाँ पे 144 नहीं है। पुलिस जो कागज दिखाए उसमें इस इलाके का नाम नहीं है। जहाँ हम जाना चाहते हैं उधर भी 144 नहीं है, फिर भी पुलिस हमें नहीं अलाउ कर रही है।
Breaking her silence over the clashes, the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee accused the BJP for conspiring the clashes.
160টা সেন্ট্রাল টিম পাঠিয়েছে, বাংলায় এসছে, 5 স্টার হোটেলে থেকেছে, ভালো মন্দ খেয়েছে, দাঙ্গা বাঁধিয়েছে, বিজেপির ঘরে গিয়ে মিটিং করেছে, বাড়ি ফিরে গেছে। আসলেই জিজ্ঞেস করবেন 100 দিনের টাকা কোথায় আগে দাও, তারপরে বাংলায় আসবে দাঙ্গা লাগাতে।
In a response to Mamata's accusation, the BJP said that the cops are acting like TMC's cadre.
हमने हावड़ा के उस उपद्रवी इलाकों में जाने की कोशिश किया जहां पे दंगा हुआ था रामनवमी में, विशेषतः रामनवमी के अगले वाले दिन, और पुलिस ने हमें रोका। हम कुछ लोगों के, कुछ विक्टिम के घर में गए, उनके परिवार से बात किया, लेकिन जो अपार्टमेंट था जहां पे रामनवमी के अगले वाले दिन हमला हुआ, उस दिन जो लोग आतंकित हुए उन लोगों से हम मिल नहीं पाए। पुलिस का बोलना था कि 144 लागू है, आप नहीं जा सकते।
But the question is, who is fueling violence in Bengal? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Let's just quickly get in a word from my colleague Pinky, who's there on the ground, getting us the sense of what's really happening right now. Pinky, the situation did actually worsen late last evening. Now the BJP is on a dharna. They are demanding that there should be justice, and the fact that there should be an impartial investigation should be carried out. What more are you picking up? What is it that the government is saying right now? Because it seems that more than resolving the issue, the focus right now is between the two parties and their bitter rivalry. पिंकी, आपसे जो जानकारी हम लोग लेना चाहेंगे इस वक्त हुगली में क्या सिचुएशन है, और साथ ही साथ ये भी पूछना चाहूंगा कि जिस तरह से दोनों पार्टियां, तृणमूल कांग्रेस और बीजेपी, दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर आरोप लगा रहे हैं, इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेकर वेस्ट बंगाल पुलिस का क्या कहना है?
देखिए, अभी तक जो अरेस्ट फिगर है, आपको बता दूं कि अभी तक जो धरना चल रहा है सुकांत मजूमदार का, बीजेपी लीडर, अभी वो धरना उठाया गया है और 6 बजे एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद उठा दिया गया। और आप जो अभी विजुअल्स देख सकते हैं कि जो कोन्नगर में, हुगली में कोन्नगर में जहां पर धरना था, धरना चला रहा थे बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता एंड बीजेपी लीडर सुकांत मजूमदार, वो धरना उठा जाने के बाद अभी पुलिस रोड क्लियर कर रहा है। अभी जो सिचुएशन देख सकते हैं, और इसके साथ साथ आपको ये भी बता दूं कि अगले दिन कल सुकांत मजूमदार का फिर से एक धरना है जो कि श्रीरामपुर में होगा। सुबह से कल धरना दिया जाएगा। और जो उनका कहना है कि जो अरेस्ट हुआ है, जो अभी तक अरेस्ट पुलिस किया जा रहा है, वो अरेस्ट सब बहुत सारे ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो घर लौट रहे थे, ऑफिस से लौट रहे थे, वो रामनवमी के मिছিল में भी नहीं थे, रैली में भी नहीं थे, उन लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है। इसके विरुद्ध में वो सुकांत मजूमदार अगले दिन धरने में बैठने वाले है श्रीरामपुर में। और आज जो सिचुएशन है आपको दिखा दूं कि अभी जो जीटी रोड है वो क्लियर किया जा रहा है। 6 बजे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद यहां से धरना उठा और इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेके, पुलिस की इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेके बीजेपी का बहुत सारा एलिगेशंस है कि जो अरेस्ट हुआ है वो सब लोग, बहुत ऐसा भी पर्सन्स है जो रामनवमी के मिছিল में नहीं थे, उस दिन घर लौट रहे थे, ऐसे भी लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है। और अभी तक जो कहना है कि पूरा सिचुएशन को लेके गवर्नर को, बंगाल गवर्नर को रिपोर्ट दिया जाएगा। उसके साथ साथ पूरा सिचुएशन को लेके सेंट्रल से बात हो रहा है। इसके साथ साथ गृह मंत्री को भी पूरा सिचुएशन बताया जाएगा। इसके साथ साथ आपको बता दूं कि जेपी नड्डा को एक लेटर भी दिया है पूरा हावड़ा के और रिश्रा के सिचुएशन को लेकर। तो पूरा सिचुएशन जो है वो सिचुएशन सुकांत मजूमदार के तरफ से पूरा सिचुएशन सेंट्रल को बताया जा रहा है, ऐसे ही कहना है
जी। In fact, we'll keep a close watch on what's really happening in both the states, in Bihar as well as West Bengal, getting you live reports because it seems that rather than perhaps being able to control the situation, both the governments are only dragging their feet on this entire matter. Shifting focus now to that big message that was sent across by the Prime Minister during the inauguration of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the Central Bureau of Investigation at Vigyan Bhavan in the national capital. He has also inaugurated the newly constructed office complexes of the CBI in Shillong, Pune and Nagpur. But the big takeaway was the message that he hit out at the legacy of corruption that has been prevailing through several decades, and the fact that the entire country today stands with the agency primarily because the government has made it abundantly clear that not a single corrupt person would be allowed to go scot-free. Take a look at this report.
The Central Bureau of Investigation completed 60 glorious years.
Weed out the deadwood ruthlessly and build a robust and well-trained team of officers to meet future challenges. Towards this end, in our Diamond Jubilee year, we have sought to pursue excellence in all activities, be it investigation, prosecution, capacity building, or administration. Our proposed roadmap for the Diamond Jubilee celebrations spread over the year includes active efforts to reach out to various government departments, organizations, as well as citizens at large in order to increase awareness about punitive and preventive vigilance initiatives.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. He also inaugurated the newly constructed office complexes of the CBI in Shillong, Pune and Nagpur. While addressing the event, Prime Minister Modi sent a strong message on corruption.
साथियों, साल 2014 के बाद हमारा पहला दायित्व व्यवस्था में भरोसे को फिर कायम करने का रहा और इसलिए हमने काले धन को लेकर, बेनामी संपत्ति को लेकर मिशन मोड पर एक्शन शुरू किया। हमने भ्रष्टाचारियों के साथ साथ भ्रष्टाचार को बढ़ावा देने वाले कारणों पर प्रहार करना शुरू किया।
Terming corruption as the biggest enemy of merit, Prime Minister said that there are some who strengthen the legacy of corruption.
साथियों, साल 2014 के बाद हमारा पहला दायित्व व्यवस्था में भरोसे को फिर कायम करने का रहा और इसलिए हमने काले धन को लेकर, बेनामी संपत्ति को लेकर मिशन मोड पर एक्शन शुरू किया। हमने भ्रष्टाचारियों के साथ साथ भ्रष्टाचार को बढ़ावा देने वाले कारणों पर प्रहार करना शुरू किया।
This comes at a time when many opposition leaders have questioned the central agencies, accusing it of working for political motives. Can the opposition deny the corruption legacy? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, days after Rahul Gandhi's insulted Veer Savarkar, the issue has now snowballed with NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar making it clear that Savarkar's contribution to the country cannot be forgotten. CPI has backed Rahul Gandhi, but in Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, the Deputy Chief Minister, and Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is now trying to send across the message that this is nothing but an insult to Veer Savarkar, what essentially has been the position of the Congress party. Let's go across to my colleague Alisha Dyer, who's joining us from Mumbai. In fact, in a short while from now, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis would be out on that rally. Just quickly give us a position of the government and the fact that we've seen the Maharashtra government taking on Rahul Gandhi as far as Vadra Congress's position on Veer Savarkar is concerned, but the opposition seems to be completely divided after Sharad Pawar's statement.
Well, Shaban, this is Savarkar Gaurav Yatra that has begun since yesterday, and it's a BJP Shiv Sena Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. If you can show me the visuals from Chandpur, where the BJP Shiv Sena Savarkar Gaurav Yatra has already started, and in a short while from now, where Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis is going to join the Yatra, also is going to address a mega rally there in a short distance from now. But here we can see there is a people on a large number, where we can see there are the leaders, the MLAs, MPs from a BJP Shiv Sena here present for the Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. This is to answer, this is right after Rahul Gandhi comment on Savarkar, where in a press conference where Rahul Gandhi has stated that he is Gandhi and not Savarkar, which is why to condemn his statement, here we can see the visuals of numbers of leaders and workers of BJP Shiv Sena condemning the statement of Rahul Gandhi as
in fact, we'll try and go across to Alisha in a short while from now, as Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis would be reaching the rally spot in a short while from now. We'll go across to her in a short while from now. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. On the other side, news and updates continue.
$11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Troubled with the words that they've used, Mr.
Are you troubled with the words?
And that is Christian Michel. First visuals on your scene. Christian, would you want to speak? Christian, would you give facts to India? That's Chidambaram right now. He's been because it was a case, I believe, that was closed by the police itself. They're trying to stop us.
NIA की टीम बाजे को लेकर यहाँ पहुंची है क्योंकि एविडेंसेस डिस्ट्रॉय किए गए थे इसी नतीजे
200 to 300 supporters are gathered here at Hadar. They're trying to stop. Today the whole nation is looking at you. What exactly are your thoughts? Why must
रामनवमी जुलूस में उपद्रव के बाद नालंदा जिले में अभी भी स्थिति तनावपूर्ण बनी हुई है। हमारे साथ ये देखिए ये महिला बटालियन है जो कि मार्च कर रही है। बिल्कुल कर्फ्यू सा नजारा है। देख सकते हैं कि आसपास के जो दुकान हैं सभी बंद हैं। स्थिति जो है तनावपूर्ण बनी हुई है। एक युवक के मौत के बाद 2 लोग जख्मी हुए हैं। 62 लोग की गिरफ्तारी हो चुकी है। धारा 144 पूरे नालंदा जिले में लगा हुआ है।
The BJP Shiv Sena Savarkar Gaurav Yatra has already been commenced, and we can see the Chief Minister of Maharashtra Eknath Shinde who is being present in the same yatra, and this is against the statement of Rahul Gandhi. We remember in the last press conference where Rahul Gandhi has stated that he is Gandhi and not Savarkar, and Gandhi never apologized. Right after which we saw there was a press conference that was called in by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis clearly condemning the statement of Rahul Gandhi, and there they have announced that there will be a Savarkar Gaurav Yatra across Maharashtra. So it has been started from today. It will go on till 8th of April. Troubled with the words that they've used, Mr. Something. Are you troubled with the words?
Who's provoking in West Bengal? Mamata says, don't vote for rioters. Unmissable debate on the Bengal violence. Debating tonight, 9 p.m. Big debate as the opposition is divided on Savarkar. BJP Sena holds Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. The biggest debate on Veer Savarkar yet. Debating tonight, 10 p.m.
After the violence, it's a showdown in Hooghly. The BJP stages a protest.
देखिए पुलिस पूरी तरीके से टीएमसी का दलाल बन चुकी है, टीएमसी का कैडर बन चुकी है।
It's a political blame game over the Hooghly violence. Mamata accuses the BJP of right-mongering. Mega face-off in the Bihar Assembly as Nalanda and Sasaram violence become the top focus. Ally NCP sets a record straight, dumps the Congress over the Savarkar insult.
जब भाई भतीजावाद और परिवारवाद बढ़ता है तो समाज का, राष्ट्र का सामर्थ्य कम होता जाता है।
The Prime Minister continues the war against corruption, hits out at the opposition. He says dynasty and corruption go hand in hand. Critical 33rd witness also now turns hostile in the Malegaon blast case. The probe under scanner as lies begin to unravel. A very good evening and thank you for staying with us on Republic. Let's first up get you updates that are coming in from the state of Tamil Nadu, where we are learning of clashes that have broken out between the BJP and the Congress. This in the Kanyakumari district, where stones were pelted at the BJP district office. This as the Congress workers from Kanyakumari held protest against the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi. The police later rushed to the spot. They've stopped this entire scuffle. Varshini with us. She has more details. Varshini, first up, get us more details of what really happened. We are looking at certain very dramatic images on our screens. Is the situation under control? Has the police booked anyone?
Absolutely, yes. This particular protest was conducted today in the morning when the Congress cadres from Kanyakumari district had a protest march again condemning the conviction of Rahul Gandhi and disqualification of Rahul Gandhi from the parliament, in fact, and they had moved towards the BJP office and they had pelted stones and they had burnt the BJP flags, which had obviously triggered the BJP cadres, who once immediately came out. An argument aroused, which led into a massive scuffle between both BJP and the Congress cadres. While we're also speaking about this, the police had immediately rushed to the spot and they tried to console and make peace between BJP and Congress, but unfortunately the police were not able to do so, and the police had to quickly take into custody the people who were responsible for the violent act in Kanyakumari district. And as of now, the police have all these protesters in their control, and we're waiting for more details on whether any case has been registered against these people or not.
And Varshini, do we know how many people were involved in this fracas? Any responses officially you've heard from the BJP and the Congress? Who began this stone pelting first? And what was the need of stone pelting in the first place? If this is just a political protest, how did it turn violent?
Well, initially this was a protest march that was happening, but when they crossed the BJP office, they wanted to halt there, and in fact they wanted to make a scene there, and that is when the issue grew, when the BJP cadres had also come out of the BJP party office, and they had immediately got into a bigger argument, when later it turned into a violence, where there was a push and pull, and that led to the violence that later on unfolded. And the Congress cadres also did not stop with that, and that is when they had pelted the stones, and they have also, had been involved in a scuffle where they had there was heavy violence seen in the Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu.
All right, Varshini, we'll have to see whether at all there is any action by the cops, in these images. We do see some, policemen there, but I'm not sure whether they were able to act in time. Will they be able to book these people or not? And whether there will be action for the moment. Thank you. And from Tamil Nadu, let's shift our focus to Delhi. The Delhi Rouse Avenue Court today has extended the judicial custody of Manish Sisodia by 14 days. Now, this means he will remain in judicial custody till the 17th of this month. This is, remember, the case related to the alleged irregularities in the now scrapped the Delhi excise policy. The Aam Aadmi Party members continue to protest against the arrest of the former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, and they continue to back him.
Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court today extended the judicial custody of Manish Sisodia in Delhi excise policy case till April 17th. 14 days of judicial custody has been extended of Manish Sisodia in this Delhi excise policy case, wherein the CBI has asked for extension of judicial custody, are saying that the probe is at a very crucial stage and we need further custody, to which the court agreed, and court further granted 14 days of judicial custody to Manish Sisodia. In the Enforcement Directorate's case, his bail petition is pending, and the hearing on the bail petition in Enforcement Directorate's case is on April 5th. And mind you, in CBI's case, his Manish Sisodia's bail plea has been rejected by Rouse Avenue Court last week. So this is the update regarding Delhi excise policy case and Manish Sisodia.
And now to the state of Maharashtra, where there is this big political clash developing days after you had Rahul Gandhi, who insulted V. Savarkar. The issue now has snowballed, with the NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar making it clear that Savarkar's contribution to the country cannot be forgotten. The BJP and the Shiv Sena are holding Savarkar Yatras across Maharashtra as a response. Alisha joins us and she's a part of this entire Yatra, the entourage that is moving. She's reporting for us live. And Alisha, if you can hear me, get us more details. So what is the kind of response we've heard so far? The NCP, they're clearly realizing that in a state like Maharashtra, you cannot be blowing against the political wind that is in the support of Veer Savarkar. And that is why I think this very calculated position of telling Rahul Gandhi not to speak against Veer Savarkar. But what about, people like Uddhav Thackeray and all? They had earlier taken a strong position. But why is Uddhav Thackeray today not saying Rahul Gandhi should also apologize?
Yes, Dipti, right after Rahul Gandhi's comment over Savarkar, we even saw that there was a statement that is coming out, whether from the Mahavikas Aghadi, specifically from NCP chief Sharad Pawar, who clearly mentioned that Savarkar is not a national issue, but his contribution to the country cannot be ignored, which is why, and just for that answer, right after Rahul Gandhi's comment to condemn the statement of Rahul Gandhi in Maharashtra, we have been witnessing a Savarkar Gaurav Yatra, which is being organized by Shiv Sena and BJP. So right now we are in Charkop, which is in Mumbai, Kandivali side, where the BJP and Shiv Sena are holding the second day Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. Yesterday we even saw Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, who holds the Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. He was itself a part of the Yatra, and speaking to Republic very clearly mentioned that such statement cannot be accepted. Rahul Gandhi and his alliance should even understand, because the constant statement that has been given by Congress or Rahul Gandhi is highly condemnable, because it's very important even for them to know the contribution of Veer Savarkar to the nation, which is why right after the Rahul Gandhi comment in a press conference, there was another important press conference that was called in by Chief Minister of Maharashtra Eknath Shinde and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, where they clearly mentioned that it is high time for them to answer what is the exact contribution of Veer Savarkar to the country. We'll even speak to some of the leaders here. आज जो सावरकर गौरव यात्रा देख रहे हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं पर एक जवाब है कांग्रेस को, जहां पर लगातार उनके और से टिप्पणी की जाती है सावरकर को लेकर।
ये सिर्फ सावरकर जी का अपमान नहीं था, ये सारे देश का अपमान है। जो स्वतंत्र वीर जी सावरकर, जिन्होंने इतना सा 10 साल 9 महीने जेल में रहे और जिस तरह से उनको पीड़ित किया गया, ये सारे देश को पता है। ये सब मालूम होने के बावजूद राहुल जी गांधी हर बार उनके बारे में माफीनामा ये बात करते रहते हैं। 7 बार, जबकि महात्मा गांधी जी ने खुद पत्र लिखकर माफी अंग्रेज सरकार की मांगी थी, उसके बावजूद सावर जी के बारे में जिस तरह से राहुल जी गांधी गंदी राजनीति करते हैं, आज उसका अपमान, आज पूरा देश उनके खिलाफ है। आपने देखा होगा पूरे देश में शिवसेना ने आंदोलन किए हैं, और आज उसी के नाते आज यहाँ पर कांदिवली में चारकोप में भी राहुल गांधी जी के खिलाफ ये आंदोलन किया जा रहा है।
अगर महाराष्ट्र की करें, लेकिन शरद पवार का भी ये बयान है कि जो कंट्रीब्यूशन वीर सावरकर की ओर से दी गई है उसको भूला नहीं जा सकता, उसको इग्नोर नहीं किया जा सकता।
जी बिल्कुल, शरद पवार जी मान रहे हैं, पर उसके बाद भी उद्धव ठाकरे जी मानने को ये तैयार नहीं है। जब बाला साहब ठाकरे जीवित थे और जब मणिशंकर अय्यर केंद्रीय मंत्री थे और जब उन्होंने सावरकर जी के बारे में कहा था, मैं खास करके उद्धव ठाकरे को याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ, बाला साहब ठाकरे जी खुद रास्ते पर आए थे और मणिशंकर के चेहरे पर, उनके फोटो पर जूतों से माननीय बाला साहब ठाकरे जी ने खुद मारा था। ये इतिहास होने के बावजूद आज राहुल गांधी ने एक बार नहीं, 2 बार नहीं, 3 बार सावर जी का अपमान करने के बावजूद उद्धव ठाकरे एक बार भी ये कहने को तैयार नहीं कि हम महायुति तोड़ देंगे या महायुति से बाहर निकलेंगे। आज सत्ता का मोह इतना उद्धव जी को हो गया है कि वो सत्ता से बाहर निकलने के लिए और महाविकास आघाड़ी छोड़ने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। आज हिंदुत्ववाद पूरी तरह से शिवसेना ने, शिवसेना जो पहले अपने आप को कहते थे, आज उद्धव गढ़ बन के रह गया कुछ गिने चुने लोगों का, आज वो भी खत्म होने की राह पर है। और अगर सावरकर जी का अपमान इसी तरह से चलता रहा तो एक दिन उद्धव ठाकरे ये नाम इस देश से पूरी तरह मिट जाएगा।
That was a voice of a Shiv Sena leader. I'll just request my video journalist country to show you the visuals of a yatra that has been organized in Mumbai. It's not only in Mumbai but across Maharashtra. they are going to cover the 288 constituency to just answer to the Rahul Gandhi and to the Congress, where they are constantly using the statement against Veer Savarkar. And right after this, in some time from now, where even Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis is going to join this yatra, and later he is also going to address a public rally where he is going to give some answer to the Congress. And of course, a target will also be initiated, because this is something, an answer that has to be given to Mahavikas Aghadi, and specifically where Uddhav Thackeray need to keep his stand is what Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde has been constantly asking. Yes.
Now, you know, Alisha, you did tell us that Devendra Fadnavis is also expected to join the rally shortly. So this, you know, in the run-up to again the big elections of 2024 and the Maharashtra Assembly elections, is this going to be one big talking point, something that again is going to be putting Uddhav Thackeray on the defensive because of Rahul Gandhi?
Well, that is something we need to see in the future elections, because Veer Savarkar insult to Maharashtra is something they have been is a talking point, and whenever Congress has taken a point and talk about Veer Savarkar, it is always the Shiv Sena and the BJP who has come to the road and have protested over the statement. But now what we have been saying, there is a two faction in Maharashtra. One is from the Eknath Shinde's faction and one is the Uddhav Thackeray faction. But now, right after the Election Commission of India, who has allotted a symbol and a party name to Eknath Shinde's faction, now they have been questioning even the Uddhav Thackeray. We even heard the statement from Eknath Shinde, who clearly mentioned when it comes to Hindutva, when it comes to Veer Savarkar, what is the stand of Uddhav Thackeray, who has always called him as a Hindutva. So he's been always questioning over the same. But moreover, what we have been witnessing in Maharashtra, because this not only in Mumbai, but across Maharashtra, what we have been seeing that right after the comment that has been made by Rahul Gandhi over Savarkar, clearly saying that he is Gandhi and not Savarkar, and Gandhi never apologized right after to condemn his statement. Here what we have been witnessing, there was an urgent press conference that was called by Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, clearly saying just to show the contribution of Veer Savarkar to the country, they are going to address a mega Savarkar Gaurav Yatra. This will be across Maharashtra, which completes 48 Lok Sabha and 288 constituencies.
All right, Alisha, they're getting us all those reactions and the color from that big Savarkar rally in Mumbai. Devendra Fadnavis, the Deputy Chief Minister, expected to join the rally shortly. We'll be back with you, Alisha, when that happens. For the moment, I thank you for getting us details of that big political showdown between the Aghadi, combination there and the Shiv Sena BJP combined. And now our next big story on this edition of the news is coming in from Bihar, where, ladies and gentlemen, tension continues to simmer in the state. Just 2 days after we had seen several people who were injured in a blast in Sasaram district of Bihar. Now, residents of Sasaram earlier woke up once again to a loud sound of an explosion. Now, was this an explosion? What was behind this? The police still is very tight-lipped, but there are questions continuously being asked of the ruling dispensation being led by Nitish Kumar.
Tension continues to simmer in the state of Bihar. 2 days after several were injured in a blast in Sasaram district of Bihar, residents of Sasaram woke up once again to the sound of an explosion in the early hours of the day. The explosion took place on the top of a house in the Mochi Tola area in Bihar. Soon after the explosion, SSB Jawans were deployed after the bomb blast in Sasaram. No casualties have been reported so far. Communal violence wreaked havoc in Sasaram and Bihar Sharif towns during Ram Navami festivities. The police have arrested 45 people so far in connection with the communal violence at Sasaram and Bihar Sharif. Vehicles, houses and shops were torched and several people have been injured so far in the communal flare-ups reported in both the towns. Normal life has been affected in the areas. Schools are likely to remain shut in the towns till tomorrow. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
After a quick break, we shift our focus to what's been happening in West Bengal. Section 144 is imposed in Hooghly. Internet services remain suspended. These are dramatic images of the BJP that continues to protest. Also, we'll get you the fresh round of update from the poll-bound state of Karnataka, where there is chaos and more chaos in the Congress's camp.
रामनवमी जुलूस में उपद्रव के बाद नालंदा जिले में अभी भी स्थिति तनावपूर्ण बनी हुई है। हमारे साथ ये देखिए, ये महिला बटालियन है जो कि मार्च कर रही है। बिल्कुल कर्फ्यू सा नजारा है। देख सकते हैं कि आसपास के जो दुकान हैं सभी बंद हैं। स्थिति जो है तनावपूर्ण बनी हुई है। एक युवक के मौत के बाद 2 लोग जख्मी हुए हैं। 62 लोग की गिरफ्तारी हो चुकी है। धारा 144 पूरे नालंदा जिले में लगा हुआ है।
The BJP Shiv Sena Savarkar Gaurav Yatra has already been